we live in a society where I think things are very mass produced. You know, you can go to Hobby Lobby and pick up, you know, a whole bunch of art or whatever. And I always, my thought is, I kind of the Marie Kondo way of thinking. Is this something that brings me joy? Does it bring me joy knowing that everybody has this and that it was made, by, people that didn't really have an attachment to it or really put some, feeling behind it versus like if you go to Etsy and you find an artist there that, put everything into that one piece of art. I think your analogy of saying, letting go of what you're no longer using so that you can receive more is such a beautiful way of thinking and a very comforting.
Yeah, and for sure there is two aspects. It is like the new things we bring in, like being more intentional about do I really need it?
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't need it, do I really want it?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it to we feel empty, in some ways, and we think it's gonna, feel this emptiness. And most of the time, material things do not really feel any kind of frustration or emptiness we feel inside. So being more mindful about that, so we don't accumulate things that actually in the end create more frustration than satisfaction, because we purchase them with a desire, but the desire is not met by the purchase, because what we really need is something different. And on the other side, when it comes to what we already have in the house, I think it's interesting to have an organization around it, because it's all about, being intentional, all about taking care of it. And it can be having a ritual as a family, like maybe once or twice per year. Seasons, I think, are a good way for us. So we choose, a lot of people do, some spring cleaning, so it can be also part of it, but it can also be in the winter as the time as we are together and we decide to go through things and just order on what we really need and what we really like and what is bringing us joy. But having this kind of ritual where at least once per year, we take the time to address at least one one of the space in the house, and the ones that need the more attention per view of what has been accumulated there. And we go through this process individually or together. And there are so many things in the declutter. It's not only about, so it can be your clothing that you don't wear anymore. It can be objects that you have in the house. We were talking about that earlier, but it can be paperwork, that there is a certain time you need to keep some documents, but then legally, right, you don't have to. So why do we hold on this, all these tax documents or receipts or that we have like 15, 20 years ago? Sometimes it's just time to let go and create space for that.